Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tea With Me podcast with me, Shane Todd. Dan, what episode is it? 152. 152. Before we get into this, let me plug the Patreon, which is patreon.com/teawithmepodcast. Bonus episode on a Monday, live stream on a Friday, other bits and pieces. You sign up for as little as, what, Dan? £3 a month. And that's the equivalent to what? Couple of peaches?
It's equivalent to 150 every 2 weeks.
150 every 2 weeks. No, that would be £6.
No, 2 weeks, 4 weeks in a month. 150 plus 150 is 3.
No, it's not. 150 plus 150.
It's 3.
It's 3. Patreon.com/teawithmepodcast.
£12 a month.
We also have a live show that will already have happened. No, it's tomorrow night, but it's sold out. It's irrelevant. Anyway, I'm also on tour. Shine.net. The dates are there. The America gigs we'll put in the bio as well. We're sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped is the number one in men's below the belt group. I mean, it depends where you wear your belt, but we're talking about, if you're one of these guys who likes to wear it around the neck, everything's below the belt, but it's the number one in men's below the belt group. Pubic hair really is what we're talking about, or lack of. If you are still using outdated methods, if you're being vetted by a friend or a relative or whatever, you need to stop that. If you're using scissors, don't be doing that, because your man's trying to cut chicken with it as well, and you could cut your chicken, if you're using the scissors. But what you want to use is the Lawnmower 4.0. All these revolutionary products. What are you saying, Dave?
I said 3.0 is my favourite, smoother to feel.
Right, well the 3.0 has wires, whereas the 4.0 has wireless charging technology.
So you can shave your balls on the move?
You can shave your shave your balls on the way to work. You could shave
that
your...
should be the entire ad. Have you ever been on the train and realised, fuck, I haven't shaved my balls today?
You ever been on a...
Need to normalise that, because if I saw a guy doing that on the train, I'd have a problem. But if we make it a thing and just see people...
Yeah. Especially if he's got like a USB and he's plugged it into the charging port, you could have done it in the house.
Yeah. Or even better, can I borrow your phone charger there? And he takes it over and just plugs it in.
Yeah. And here's the thing: if on that train, if you're in a tunnel and the power cuts out, and anyone cutting their pubes on the train by traditional methods, scissors, a normal wee razor, you're not going to be able to see what you're doing. You're going to cut your own dick off. But the Lawnmower 4.0, LED light.
But if the train breaks down as well, you've got something to bond everybody, because I've got a razor. Let's all...
You could shave everybody's pubes.
Let's
you all come out, smoother than a otter's pocket.
I have heard that the torch is the reason why the SAS actually shaved their balls with the Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah.
I seen it on Channel 4. He was like, recruit Todd is shaving his balls in the train. No problem, no ball.
Be the best.
Just sneak up behind a Russian soldier.
Yeah. I mean, what a way to resolve.
Was that you shaving him too? Or?
Yeah. Russians like having hairy balls. I heard that.
That's true.
Because of the cold winters.
So basically, they use the code Tea With Me for 20% off and free shipping. We're also sponsored by Thompson's Tea, who of Punjana fame. Now, if I said Punjana, you might think that was a rapper from Delhi. You might think it was something exotic. But it's tea made in Belfast. They've been doing it since 1800s. The 1800s. It doesn't say in the front of the packet. I always say it, 1888 or something. Don't look it up. The 1800s, which is impressive that they've been committed to tea for this long. Back in the 1800s, most people were just trying to avoid archers. Not the peach drink, but what are you showing someone?
I was just talking about the sponsorship there. Yeah.
I think you showed Micky something rude when we're trying to talk about tea.
Sorry.
Is it because it's leafy?
Yes.
There's a lot of wankers in the tea game. Tetley.
At the side of the sink. We should put it in the bin.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shane, continue.
And mediums rate it.
But Punjana are the number one selling tea in Northern Ireland. Keep drinking it. Michael?
Sorry.
They sponsor us. Support them. Keep drinking it. We've seen inside the bags in the factory. Punjana. Belfast tea. My guests this week are. You want to share with the group? You brought enough banter for everyone in the class?
Yeah. 100%.
My guests are Micky Bartlett and Dave Elliott.
Cheers.
Couple of
Vagina.
couple of giddy guys. So look, what about this war?
Oh.
No, I'm joking. Guys, good to see you.
Good to see you
Good to see
too.
you.
Couple of guys like to have fun right here in front of me.
It's Friday morning, do you mean?
You like having fun?
What's better?
Love having fun.
What was something recently you did that was a lot of fun, not comedy related? Like you do an activity or anything?
Got pegged on Valentine's Day. I was all, Dad, you don't even have to get me a present.
What was he pegging? He's got a cock.
He doesn't. He lost it in the troubles.
He didn't even strap it on, just come at you like Dennis Taylor.
He just loved it up. He shut it Brett's out. He was having a pipe bomb flashback. He just piped my bomb.
Was it a dildo or a rubber bullet? Was he?
What about you, Dave? You been doing pottery or anything?
Oh, no, just a load of washing in the house, like
Yeah.
I did quite a bit of washing during the week as well. Actually.
Feels good, doesn't it?
I
It's done.
emptied the whole basket.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then I had to
And then
wash
did
it.
a wash.
What's the best present your dad's ever got you?
The best present? I don't know. My dad never gets me anything, just advice.
Have you met Davey Senior?
Well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Good guy.
I do believe me and your dad had a Jaeger bomb or some sort of shot at
Oh,
one
well,
point.
that doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
fantastic.
me.
You know what's
Yeah.
annoying? If the
Does
three of
surprise
us got like a class documentary where we got to travel the world, I think it'd be pretty good. But the three of our dads doing it would probably get better. It'd be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 characters, like.
We'd be done though. I think we'd be like, listen, if our dads get this series, our careers.
There's no point.
Can't
Do you think your dad could do stand up?
Yeah.
I reckon my dad's like
Uh-huh.
maybe one of the funniest people. I
His
know.
wedding speech was 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
When he mentioned the phrase dicky boots,
Yeah.
being like, the only advice I've ever gave Shane was make sure you wear a dicky boot. Once he said dicky boot, no other speech was going to
It didn't
compare.
matter.
What was great though, say about it.
Dicky boot sounds like a local country singer.
His speech. He said to me, he's like, Dave, I need to do something for this, but don't know if it's all right. And I went, what is it? And he goes, is it all right to show Shane naked as a child in front of a room of people?
That's right.
I was like, well, what's he doing? He goes, I just run about with his dick out now. And I was like, well, I don't know. And then we came up as 2 grown men. We was like, I'll give it a go anyway, and we'll see.
You
and
did
he
it?
popped just you up on your e-potty.
Yeah.
In front of everyone. Yeah, I don't know why, but it was a lot of fun.
You still have that image?
Oh yeah, but not on any. It's printed out, so it was
Even
yeah,
pervier?
yeah, in my office, just framed, life size.
I was trying to visit my sister the other day. My nephew was just sitting with no like nappy pants on,
Yeah.
and it struck me at how normal it was for them just to see a baby walking about with his
Yeah.
tail out.
Oh, right.
And
I thought you
couldn't-
said baby. I thought you were going to say guy's 14.
Yeah.
No. But the cock on him like a 22-year-old man. Like that's he's slinging. I thought he had
Pubes
3
and all.
legs. Yeah. I was like, did his foot fall off? Oh no.
But no, they're weird. Wee boys are fucking wee dicks out. No,
I can't deal with it.
nah, run about like
Like
you
when he
know.
set my knee, and I was like, I know you haven't cleaned that. Like
Uh,
not that it wasn't clean, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you haven't taken this personal responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else has wiped your ass for it, and if you're delegating that kind of work,
Yeah.
I don't trust it. If you're outsourcing your ass wiping, don't sit in my good Levi's.
Yeah. I saw one of my friends.
And
Wee
he
boys.
was all gaga, and I was like, mate,
Like
Don't Curry, your favourite singer is?
he was running about. He took his nappy off. Was running about,
Who?
and one of my friends, wee boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're good at
And like
mates.
you know, when you don't want to address what they're doing, but like kids are inquisitive and you're fiddling around. He was like twanging his willy, like just twanging it like this. And I was like, I could see him twanging it, but wasn't looking. And then he got me. He's like, he's going to do stand up. He goes, David. And I said, why call me David? And he goes, David. And I was like, yeah. He goes, this is like a wee thing behind the door that I play with. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I just kept twanging it. And I was like, oh well, where's your mummy? Problem here. But
Do you think if the war escalates, like,
whoa.
segue of the year award.
what's it going to mean for stand up? Are people going to want
I've heard
more of it?
all the Crimea gigs have been cancelled already, which is a nightmare because I had a whole 2-week tour planned.
Well, that's what I'm
I was
saying
going
is
to go to Blilsners, Blenschniggers, and then I was up to Thornton.
In Norway?
Yeah, when we made a mistake in the flights.
how much for you to do a corporate in Ukraine this week? You entertain it for a certain amount of money. Fly you
1K.
in, fly you out. What?
1K in accommodation.
1K. I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah, well, I mean, Russia. Well, how much would it take for you to do one in front of Putin?
Aye.
You know what? I'm going to say the guys had a lot of stress.
Yeah,
I think
I reckon
he's up for a
I
laugh.
do reckon Vladimir Putin likes, you know, a certain type of stand up.
Yeah.
That's not what you would expect.
Yeah.
Like, I bet he's a really big Cedric the Entertainer fan.
Cat Williams.
He's just like, the black man, the word head. But
I mean,
the black men, but women are a beach.
Here's the thing: if you smash it in front of him, you're fucked because he's just going to keep you there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be his jester. You're going to be.
Do you know the one person in the world I really want to talk to is Dennis Rodman, and I just want to go, what's he like
Yeah.
about Kim
Kim
Jong-un?
Jong-un. That's
I
a
would
weird
just love to
friendship,
know.
isn't it?
I can see him wearing
So
Yeezys.
Same wearing.
Kim Jong-un just Yeezys and sweats.
Well, apparently
Like, he
he
doesn't
loves
wear that Dr.
basketball.
Evil suit all the time.
Aye.
Like.
Would you like to strike up like a special relationship with any dictator or ruler,
You know,
like Dennis Rodman?
you know what's a funny thought? I guarantee Dennis Rodman has seen Kim Jong-un's hair out of place. And that's how you know you're friends.
Aye.
Yeah.
You know, like he's seen him, something's happened to him, and he's gone,
Kim Jong-un's bedhead.
a wee bit of hair's hanging
Aye.
down, he's all
Yeah.
stressed and all. He's
Do you
like,
reckon Dennis Rodman's maybe fix it for him? Do you think they're close?
Yeah.
He's like, hey man,
yeah, I think so. Do
fix your weave.
you reckon they hug? Do you reckon
And
they have a
Kim
secret handshake?
I reckon there's some
Yeah.
sort of treehouse situation going on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's in his bedroom. He's got a
Yeah.
tent in his room,
Yeah.
and the two of them just sit on the floor and tell stories.
And do you reckon though, like, there's sometimes when Kim's like, oh, do you want to see me do something? He's like, yeah, sure, what is it? And he's like, I'm going to kill my uncle with anti-aircraft rifles here. I want to see it. And he's like, I work away. And he's like, oh, let's go play basketball again now.
Were you a good sleepover host back in the day?
No.
No.
I always wanted to watch the 10-minute Freeview.
That's weird. Like with
Which
your
I would
mates
call a
there.
good host, to be honest. with you.
Yeah.
With
I'm
your
like,
mates
class,
there.
No, I left them in the bedroom and I said, I'll be back in 10. No, we always wanted to try to watch it. No, not in my house ever, but always when I was everywhere else.
So you like going to a
Yeah.
sleepover as opposed
Yeah.
to hosting
I
a
make them
sleepover?
watch horror
You host
films
a
and
sleepover?
I would have hosted the odds. I was quite good at hosting sleepovers, to be honest with you. Like in the
Yeah.
summertime, I'd be like, that's camp in the back garden, so we can say a bad talk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. You do one. Piss. Oh fuck, that's a good one. I'll do one now. Fuck. Oh, no.
And a sleepover now for like our mates would be fun.
We had a sleepover last week, and it didn't even run away.
We were in
Hotel.
London. We
Wasn't
were
much
so
fun.
drunk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You said,
Yeah.
what time? You said you got home at 3.
I texted you and said me and Dave last night were out to about.
And it was
2,
out of the
2.
blue, so we must have been
Yeah.
really like.
Yeah.
If your first thought is, I must text a fellow sesh head.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, do you love me now, Michael? You're respecting me now.
I got the tattoo like you asked me to.
Mascara down my face. But yeah, we ended up back in our hotel room listening for some reason to Shane Ward eating McDonald's, and it wasn't even like no promises.
get
Or
that,
that's my
Spotify?
goal. Where'd you get it?
No, we were eating the McDonald's, listening to Shane Ward. We weren't listening to him eating. He was just doing a live
That's
stream.
Just shave out. That's lovely. Chicken Big Mac.
Does he talk like that?
I don't know, I can't
Probably.
remember.
Yeah.
It's a good like, it's a real novelty, like getting drunk, especially with him. But like we're two like, it's like 2 cops coming out of retirement for one more case,
Aye.
and they didn't actually used to really be cops in the first. Like they never did a big case before.
It definitely must be like, because even like the odd time I've been talking to Geddes about like, well, let's get a fucking pint at some stage, sort something, and I forget because I've no kids. The window of opportunity to get drunk
Yeah.
is so small. It's like,
And you got to weigh it up against getting up really early the next morning and stuff as well. But as soon as our flight was cancelled, it was great. Like we thought it was mad. We probably had less than we think.
But then again, there was like, you always love it even more. Like you'll always be tempted to have a drink if someone's been to see you do stand up and like massaging your ego, being like, that was brilliant. Like, can I get you a pint? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Aye.
You know, go ahead.
What's the
It's
ideal
great.
drinks environment? Like, is it summer? Is it definitely so? If I'm saying we're all going on a big night out, we're gonna have like a load of pints. You get to pick any time of year, any scenario. Is it during the summer always?
yeah.
Or you like a little winter fire situation?
I like winter fire situation's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Empty pub, I'll carry on dead on. But beer garden, and like we're only going for a
Yeah.
couple, and then it gets that.
Is
stage
it
where
Belfast or
anywhere if it's hot doesn't really
Right.
matter. And when you get to that point,
what time roughly are we
2,
we're meeting at 2?
like before anybody else is out, so you get the pub to yourself for a wee bit.
Have you had your own lunch?
You've had a bite to eat and all, like.
Yourself?
You can get something later on if you want,
Right.
The food thing doesn't really matter. Eating is not necessarily cheating. I don't really believe in that. Do your own pre-workout.
Right.
Whatever gets you in the mood, right?
Yeah.
But when it gets to that point where it starts to feel like a Magners ad, where it's just pints.
Yeah.
And then by the time everybody else...
Sorry, can I ask, are you starting on Magner?
No. I would say for a hot day like that, you're just going to be sticking with just a... In fact, to be honest, I would go like a Stella or even like a Heverly on a hot day.
Heverly's
Heverly's
It's a demon
blow
drink.
your
It's
brains
an
out,
absolute
like.
demon drink. But there's nothing better to me than whenever everybody else arrives at the pub, you've had about 4 pints of Heverly and a wee bit of sunburn.
Yeah.
And you're all, woo!
Right.
That is.
That's kind of my
What
favourite.
are you starting on? I'm probably starting on a pint of cider.
Probably a
like.
table sitting beside me if I've had a few.
Yeah, starting a bar might doesn't hurry a fuck up.
No, it's all if you're thirsty, it's got to be just a good pint of lager. Like you just want to. There's nothing quenches the thirst like that. Yeah. So that's and then
I think there's certain beers though that like Hop House to me is a winter lager.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
You know what I
Like
mean?
you wouldn't have a Guinness in the sunshine.
No fuck no.
You wouldn't have a Smith. You're not having Smithwick's in July, like,
Aye.
No.
or
I've
even
had
a
a
Guinness.
Guinness in the sunshine, but it feels like drinking milk that's been left out of the
Yeah.
fridge. I don't know
That's
why.
not right.
Yeah. But then if you're down south, that's going to affect your decision. You're having Guinness if you're away down south.
Yeah,
Sunny.
very true.
But like, at what point then are you moving on to a cocktail or a gin or something
Or
fun?
shorts.
You go short,
Well, yeah, we brandy and cocoa. Why?
brandy
I
and coke.
started
See, that
drinking
seems like a winter
just-
drink to me.
Jameson and ice
Oh.
in pubs, no hangover.
Oh yeah.
Like absolutely no hangover. It's amazing.
See, my thing is I like to start on cocktails, but then when you start on cocktails, it's hard.
There's no going back.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. And then like, yeah, it's too sugary, it's too much sugar.
But you know what the best feeling in the world is? Is when you're like you
The love
don't
of
you don't
friends.
have any plans.
The pegging of a father.
And someone's like, I mean, there's the name of the episode.
The pegging of the father.
Let's pitch that then ice cream. That's getting money. But like, see that whenever you don't have much on, and like one of your mates like, here, do you want to go for one? And for normally your natural response would be, oh, I'm doing this and doing that, but you just go, sure.
Aye.
And then you do, and then that's when it just the
Like,
giddiness comes.
The
like
point
giddiness,
where you
oh,
have to text your missus going, listen, I'm going to be home a wee bit late,
yeah.
and a fight starts to start. You just go,
Yeah.
I'm just going to ignore that.
Right, yeah.
So you
yeah.
just turn your phone
Cross
upside
that
down.
bridge when I get to it.
Yeah.
I think we're finishing up. Is a set like that holds no
Aye.
weight, that sentence, because then there's one more and it goes on. But let me ask you this: a drinking session started at 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
If you got to pick, what's the ideal time for that to finish?
4 a.m.
Yeah.
No, it's half
yeah,
11.
100%. That's
It's half 11. I'm out at half
No,
11.
yeah, normally for me, but you know what? But I could be a wee bit of I can get a second win. So if I
Aye.
could go somewhere for a bit of grub or a wee chippy or something in the outside, just go
But-
from the pub, have a chip, bit of wind about
What-
the face,
Yeah.
back in again.
Neck a pint of water and then
Yeah.
just
What's the science of this, right? How come you could do one of those days where like you have a drink during the day and it's unexpected, and you maybe have 3 pints and you're going, geez, I feel this massively.
Mm-hmm.
But then if we were to go on a trip to Dublin for talk's sake to go and watch some concert, you could drink all day.
Say watch some cunt.
Down to Dublin to watch some
fucking
concert.
Mickey D's talking. Come on down and watch this fucking cunt.
But what I'm saying is, if
I'll carry
it's
it.
pre-planned, if you know you're doing it, you're maybe drinking in the airport, or you can go all day, you can drink all day. But how
Aye.
come then there's other days where you have like 2-3 pints and you're gone?
I sometimes find if it's pre-planned, that's when I get wasted quicker.
I
Right.
Because
agree
I'm
with
too
that.
excited about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
I don't know, if we're going to drink so many pints, and you're drinking them like fucking... You start thinking, I'm going to have 12 pints at least,
Yeah.
and your brain goes, we'll just drink them all now.
Right.
So you start drinking quicker.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's just we're going for one, you sip over it for a bit, you go, that was lovely, do you want to get another one? Aye. And then
Yeah.
by the third one, you're like, we're staying here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the third, do you know what I mean? You've maybe spent an hour or two
Yeah.
chatting, having a bit of crack with the 3 pints,
Yeah.
and then it tips over into pint number 4, and that's when...
But see,
She's a man.
What age did you start drinking at?
11.
Was it yet?
No, probably like properly, probably 15 or 16.
Mhm.
Like going to places with carry out to your mates and. You know, like coming home and like
And
rubbing your face in the bush outside the house to try and not smell the booze. And
Aye.
you're like, that doesn't work. You know,
Yeah.
these wee-
And
Serious.
what was your first thing to drink?
The first thing I ever I remember the first day I was ever drunk. You can check whatever date this was, but I remember the first day I was ever drunk was the day Arsenal signed Sol Campbell from Spurs. So at every age I was in my mate Smith's house, and for some reason I
Your
thought,
mate Smith?
yeah, and that was
Surname?
his first name, yeah, and for some reason I thought it'd be good banter to just there was a wee bottle of Gordon's out there, and I just thought for banter I'll put a wee bit in the cup and just drink. I ended up drinking a lot of Gordon's and ended up Blitz just for whatever reason, and that wasn't a good experience, but it was a good day.
That's a strong start.
Yeah.
Like I drank a bottle of Red Square.
Yeah.
Red Square. You remember Wee Beastie?
I don't remember Wee Beastie.
Does anyone remember Wee
Who's
Beastie?
He's fella working
Beastie
office.
just?
Big
Big
Beastie.
Beastie.
That's what we drank. Yeah.
Oh.
I had a wee Beastie.
My mummy and daddy only let me have wee beastie.
Which just looks
just right being it.
But and then the first time I remember I drank a thing called Mackenzie, which was like
He was in Blazing Squad, no?
yeah, very cheap Scotch whiskey, and that was a total
So you went hard. It's like that.
Yeah.
You're going
That
hard
is,
at
But
the
then like
start.
the go-to carryouts where this is what always that I think's the funny thing. See, when you're like, I was one of the older looking guys, so I was always sent in a part of like the A team of buying
And
booze.
P7 Dave was sent.
I had this her now when I was 13, like,
I
so
know.
I'm exactly the same.
But did you ever like play? Like you'd be like, I can't not get this booze. So you had like almost a character built up in your head.
Aye.
You're going in and all being like, fuck,
Mr. Jenkins.
giving off about the day and all, but all at the same time you're a 15-year-old wearing like a 40-year-old's gear. Like you're wearing fucking boot-cut jeans and a check short sleeve shirt, and you're walking in.
A
like,
monocle.
yeah. And you're like, oh fuck.
May I peruse your booze?
And then every
You put all
time,
your money in a wee coin purse.
but every time you walk
Sure,
over,
Tuppence should do it, eh?
He tried to pay in riddles.
but every time without
He
fail,
just brought a big pile of sticks. I will bottom with you.
but every time I would walk in all stressed out, hands on my hips, like fucking someday, mate. And I would stand, I would look at all the wines. I would stand, and I go, fuck, what do we have here? What's she like? And then I'd walk up and it'd be like, a couple of Goldschlager and a few big beasties, please. And they'd be like,
Goldschlager. I
Just paid
remember.
me for a dog too, with it.
I had a couple of balls at Bucky there as well, and say nothing. And he's like, Goldschlager, 40-year-old man. He is.
We had a weird thing in Lurgan where like there was a bar that had I think they had a secret deal with the cops. Whereas basically, if you don't want kids drinking on the street, let them
Yeah.
come in here on a Friday. We'll sell them out of date booze, but at least you know where they are.
Tell you
And
what,
the pillars were kind of like, I will just not come past on
Fucking-
Friday then.
give Alan Sugar a ring. That's some deal.
Great-
That's
great
a
idea.
Great deal.
And then, because I remember, like I think I drank a bottle of Red Square, and I bought two, and I drank the first one. I went, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Red Square was an alcohol pop, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was
vodka
essentially
Red Bull,
vodka
wasn't it?
Red Bull. like.
Right.
And I remember like sitting in the middle of Lurgan till about 2 a.m, thinking I need to sober up, and I couldn't have been drunk.
Yeah.
I was just too afraid to go home.
Yeah.
And then when I think it was about 16, we went to England. My dad was like, "Let the boy have a pint," and I was like, by that stage I was like, "Right, thanks, daddy," and got blocked with my dad for the first time. I think my dad realised I wasn't a tool when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
And ever
Right.
since then he was like, "Do you want to go to the pub?"
I remember the first time like having like even a few sips of drink, and my dad was picking me up from somewhere. I was maybe like 14, 15. But yeah, say 14 'cause
Aye.
that's cooler than being like nearly like legal drinking age.
What age did you look when you were 14? 3?
Oh, 11. 11, like, did not, but we'd just been drinking in a park or something, and my dad picked me up, and I was so conscious about appearing sober and like, hey, relaxed, and I wasn't drunk, but I was so conscious about it.
Yeah.
And I got in the car, and my dad was like, all right, and I said, hey man, and I've never
Yeah.
said that to my dad ever, like I've never said that phrase, and after that I was like, I fucked it so hard here.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Hey,
get in
man.
trouble for drinking when you were younger though?
Yeah. I think it was just because I didn't say that's what I was going to do.
Aye.
If that makes sense. Like I think it would have been all right.
then
But
you
my
go the
dad was
opposite.
like, have a, you know, if you want everyone to have a beer, you have a beer with me in the house. And I was like, well, you don't drink, so that would be weird. That'd be shittest crack of all time.
He's all fucking hairs everywhere. Blood stuffed in 2 bottles of Budweiser.
The two of us have shared a Miller Lite, and we're just
But I
This
did.
is great, isn't it?
See, like you say, they're trying to be all like super. I remember one night I think it was actually the night of the whiskey. My aunt, she lives in England and was over and had her baby with her at the time, who must have been like 1 or 2 or something. And I came in the house and was like, right, where's the baby at? And they were like, oh, it's in bed. And I said, give me a nurse. And they're like, what? And I kept saying, give me a nurse to the baby. And they're like, you've never wanted to nurse a baby. Why don't? And I was getting all angry. Oh, give me a fucking baby. I'm not going to do it. I'm not drunk. Give me a fucking baby. And my aunt's like, no, we
yeah.
didn't.
I'll
Give
be
me the
honest.
baby.
If a guy's like, give me the baby, I'm not going to do anything.
Go do something.
I've
Or
never,
the-
and having had kids, I've never once since that night used the phrase, give me a nurse. Give me a
Give
me a
Uncle
nurse.
Davy a
Yeah,
nurse.
give me a fucking nurse.
You say it to me all the time.
You're like, you're not even its uncle, you're its cousin. Give fucking Uncle Davy a
I
nurse.
said, "Give me a
man."
nurse" one time. It was an Ann Summers.
But yeah.
I remember once going like our man Tyrone were playing the fucking like All Ireland final, Tiggs, and but I don't like. I've never watched Gaelic, never give a fuck about it. My dad, we're just not a sporty family. You can tell by the physique. but everybody was going to this one big fucking bar to watch it. Yeah. And my dad was going to meet his mates, and my mates from school were going. Again, 16. Like, I remember my mum was like, all his friends are going. Take him to the pub. All his friends are going.
Yeah.
And my dad was
Send
like,
this to you, your dad.
to my dad. And my dad was like, "No, fucking take him to the fucking pub. You fucking tart." And we got to the pub.
Tart?
What?
He's a fucking tart.
Yeah, we tart will be kissing everyone.
Taking this wee fucking tranny with my life. Size of his tits. But we got to the bar, and my dad handed me 20 quid and went, "Get the fuck out of my sight." Right? And I ended up getting, fucking shit. Me and my mates were buying rounds with our dad's money.
Yeah.
And
but then the mad thing is, with £20 note, you could actually bought
it was
few
like
rounds.
2 quid a pint or something.
Oh.
And I remember, like, I walked home, and my mum and dad drove past me and beeped the horn. I was like, I'm not even getting in the car.
Yeah.
And when I got to the house, I opened the front door, and my mum was at the top of the stairs. I was like leaning against the door frame, and she went, "Are you drunk, son?" And I went, "Hey, son." My mum went, "Paddy Bartlett, that child can't even fucking talk." I was just like,
And then
He walks in, gives a nurse him.
"Where's the baby?"
Dog, so fucking tranny bastard.
I do remember
We tart.
getting caught drinking.
You fucking hussy.
I think I was like 13, 14.
Sorry, I see when I was a kid, my dad used to call us cheeky wee blurts. I had no idea what a blurt was. He just called me a cunt. You wee blurt.
I got caught drinking once and like got so upset that like I was like, I've left my dad down. Oh, I cried and I think I said, "Give me a knife, I'm gonna kill myself." True story.
Aye.
So that's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
weird.
pretty
I think my
dark.
dad was like, "Okay," and then I was like, "Well, I'm not really going to do that, but you know, I'm
Aye.
sorry, mate." No.
Imagine if you just knelt on the floor and let out like a Japanese fucking honor death.
Like, I remember, like,
Japanese honor death for a quarter bottle of Goldschlager and bottle of hooch.
but then
Just
Goldschlager,
from my family.
Goldschlager, like, get the wee bits of gold or like razor blades and they cut your throat so the alcohol
The
gets
alcohol
in.
goes into your bloodstream
Yeah, that's
or
it.
eye.
Yeah.
Vodka through the eye.
I did once see a guy try to drink Buckfast through his eye, and he ended up just with a big purple cheek.
Yeah.
I was like, "Why'd you do that?"
Buckfast, I've tasted it, I've never drank it.
See,
Because people don't sell it to you well.
no.
Oh, it's thick like medicine and it has caffeine in it.
And
And
it's stinking. It
yeah.
smells weird.
but
And you
I
drink
saw
it
a bar,
room temp-
a bar in Lurgan selling cases of Buckfast for 80 quid, and I just started thinking, is there some cunt Lurgan with like a cellar?
Yeah.
Walk down to this is number 23.
they do it in optics, don't they?
in Lurgan,
sometimes, yeah.
That's nuts.
I know people think that's weird. It's just like the amount of times I've had to show people, there it is. Like,
Yeah. No, I could.
Yeah.
We went to see Meatloaf once, me and a group of mates, and
Hey, cool guys.
no, hold on, listen, it gets cooler. And for whatever reason, we decided we're going to really pre-drink hard.
What
here
age
before we
roughly
go
are
see
you?
Meatloaf.
Late
20,
teens?
21, like 21,
Right.
22. And like it was the whole concert, we were the only guys topless in the stands watching Meatloaf, you know. They just singing, just titties shaking everywhere. And before we went out, we're like, let's do, and for some reason, let's do shots of Buckfast from our belly buttons. So like we thought we'd make a luge and we'll pour Buckfast and someone.
Hold on, Mick. What about this?
can't find
What
the
about this?
moonlight.
What about when the boys turn around to each other, the young boys turn around to each other and go, "Shall we make a luge?" You guys know how to fucking
That's
party.
a very different situation.
But what's unfortunate, right? See, I can't drink out of my own belly button. So I was
Who
getting like,
can?
yeah. So I'm sure there are guys out there, but so I was
Prince?
like going with my mates who in good shape. So I just poured like a wee shot of Buckfast, nice. See by the time it got around to me, the fella doing the luge was like, he was just fucking blitzed. Yeah, have some of that, and then yeah, that was a pretty bad night. And then the next day we're like, what did we do anything after that luge? And they're like, don't talk about it. Stays nice.
I heard that's what happened to Stephen Hawking. He
did
tried to jerk it off his own belly button, the wind changed. That's
Jesus
horrible.
Christ.
Doesn't even make sense.
Oh yeah, so
You can play Meatloaf in a biopic, no?
yeah, I would love to. Yeah,
Young
RIP.
Meat.
I mean, that's a different film I've already been in. We'll talk about that later.
Meat pap.
Is it Meat Bap?
I don't know why. What's younger than a loaf? Meat yeast.
What's younger than a loaf? That's what he used to say when he walked into the office with his monocle.
Can I have a beef loaf, please? No, you're not.
I pray you, what's younger than a loaf, my man?
Do you have any mead?
Yeah. Can I have a fat frog, please?
Do you have any bottles of Blue Wicked?
Adieu.
I mean, you would serve that person.
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
you? Be like, that's a
100%,
good
yeah.
bit
Don't
of
even
it.
charge them.
Just for the effort, like.
And then just walk out, still facing them. See you later.
Outside, I say, can you please hit the buzzer again? My cape is caught in the door.
And while you're at it, 2 tenant super, thank you.
I must return to the children at once. I love that. Would you go in for like say the age you were when you started drinking? If you were on your way into an off lice, a few kids went here. Will you get us some beer? Do you do
Nah, I
it?
never did that.
I was the
I
ultimate
was-
sly bully. I would take the money off of kids and just go and be like, I'll do me, really.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
never-
they were near above me.
I think it was the thing. I don't know if I just maybe had the fucking blind confidence that nobody ever stopped me.
Yeah.
But I don't think I looked old enough for younger ones to be like, here, he can get served.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, like, it's I don't know whether it's just we're old as fuck now, but like, do you remember we did a
I'd have
gig
been
in
sitting down
the
here.
Limelight, and then afterwards we had to walk from the stage to like get our stuff in the change rooms. I had to walk through
Through the
like
club?
a student, like not even like a student night. So these buckos were like 20 or whatever.
You
I walked
bucko-
through and I
you
was like,
buckos fancy a luge from Uncle Davy.
Who wants to nurse the baby?
but like those guys to me, 11. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
what do we look like when we're going in these places? Like me
Yeah.
with pointed sideburns and all,
Aye.
trying to.
I know. I think like, yeah. Do you know there's always people in your life where you go, you've always looked old as fuck,
Yeah.
and now you're the same age that they were.
Yeah.
My mate Glove, like he looks exact same now. See, if you look at school photos, you're like, that's a full grown man. You know, he was always the guy I got served, like
I've
always.
told this story a million times. I was in a bar in Lurgan a couple of years ago, and a guy I went to school with, same thing, like had a beard when he was 12, but never got any taller, never got any
Yeah.
bigger, just fucking. And he was at a bar, like it was somebody's funeral. He'd been in a funeral. He was like in this bar drinking.
As a child, or
No, like it was like early 30s.
Yeah.
But so he was wearing a white shirt and black trousers and just drinking whiskey raw, and all I could see was like him in it was his school uniform. And I was harling just in his face. It's like, man, I'm so. It just looks like a really sad 12-year-old boy. It's
See,
like,
I don't. When I see people I used to go to school with, to me they look so old. You know what I mean? I'm like,
but you've aged fantastically.
yeah, but
I want to say, I should say this now. I watched you put product in your hair in Lavery's Wednesday night, and a bit of me was like, God damn. That's the first time I've ever fancied you. She was like, "What am I being in product? What is that gel?" And he was just flicking it through his fringe, and I was like, "Down, down, down, down."
I show up the Lavery's
It's
with
more about his hair though. I'm just jealous
Yeah.
mine's falling out.
I
but-
show up the Lavery's with a comb and some Brill cream.
Aye, it's
I'm
class.
like,
man.
when am I?
I was like, "Well, take your top off and cut that grass." And I drink this damn Coke.
Yeah, but to me, it's not even like the look. They just seem like old guys.
I think that as well. I think a lot of people that have had just normal jobs since they were 21 or whatever.
it
Because
tells
we
them.
do
you
this,
think?
and it's just like being. You don't really age.
Yeah.
there's a guy, and I was bamboozled last night at Lavery's. William was talking to a guy in the front row,
Bamboozled?
and he goes,
Did you buy a Victorian dictionary?
He was bamboozled by
I
it.
was absolutely flabbergasted.
at the workhouse, and he goes,
I said balderdash, my good man.
he goes, what age are you, mate? And he goes, I'm 21. He goes, what do you do? Bricklayer? I was like, fuck.
Codswallop. You lay bricks.
Pray don't tell me the fee for this Jägermeister, young man.
You lay bricks, I say. Haven't you heard of oil? I'm a tycoon.
You like to be a tycoon?
Oh, why? Russian one, mate? No.
Oligarch?
Hang on, tycoon is a hurricane over water.
It's typhoon.
Gotcha.
Fuck
Not to be
typhoon,
confused
drink
with
pajama.
typhoon.
Which is a rival tea.
Would you like to be a billionaire, or do you think
Yeah, I'll
that would be
fucking
too
go
hard?
obviously.
But do you not think? But it'd be tough as well.
I think I'd get bored. I think I would
It'd
need
ruin your life.
$1 million. Like,
Yeah.
like loads, but it'll run out.
Yeah.
I would like to have $1 billion, not tell anybody, and just like
Yes.
Yeah.
Because why it seems every lottery winner you read about, their lives get ruined.
You have to tell people. I think you have to like say you won the lottery. You
I've
can't just-
heard. I think
be
this
secret.
this sounds like an urban myth. I've heard you get more money if you go public with it, or if you just say I want anonymity. If you don't want your name read out, you get less. But
Isn't there a weird thing you can do as well where they can...
hold on, no.
fake
This
news.
my man here scooped 4.6 million a few years ago. Is that just made up?
Me a penny more. No, it's not true.
So why do people go public?
Because I think they realise that people are going to find out anyway.
Yeah. But if you look at my doppelganger, the King of Chavs, Michael Carroll, his life
Niche,
went to
but
the
love it.
tubes. Yeah, he went to the
Yeah.
tubes for sure.
I just think it
Be
would.
fair, he was having coke parties with the UDA, like, and having like rally cards, just wrecking themselves in his back garden for like
Yeah.
2 years.
Why not though?
But I
Good time,
think
living
he
the best
said,
life.
I think they like he's a bin man again. That's what
Here,
he
he
was
lives
before,
here.
right? He was a bin man before, won the money, had the mansions, the drugs, all that, and then I think he basically said, "Now they were like, how do you feel? Like your life ruined?" No, he's like, "No, I'm happy or not." Like he's like, "I had good fun, and now
Aye.
I'm happy, just like living the way I
You
did
know, it would be
before."
banter though if you just were a new friend of his, and then he's like, "Oh, any, what's your backstory?" He's like, "Oh, buckle in."
Should we try and get him on the
that.
pod?
Yeah, I'll come
Micky
in with him.
Carroll.
Me and-
Yeah, but
me
it'll be
and
hard.
Micky
I'll be
Carroll.
like,
yeah.
Micky Carroll, and then I'll not know which one it is. That'd be great. You could play him in a biopic.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great.
I mean, what I'm going to say is I'm never going to be a leading man, am I? You could be Meatloaf or Micky Carroll or Pavarotti. Yeah, that's your lane. Yeah,
Young Pav.
yeah. Why'd I have to be young? I'm an old guy. I'm seeing age as Pavarotti, wasn't he? Died.
No, you're not. You just made that up. One of the worst experiences of my life, Pavarotti's playing Stormont doing a concert about 20 years ago, and my dad drove us up to the Craigantlet Hills and went, "From here, if you're quiet, you can hear him." And it was like 6 miles away. It was just... I was like, I don't like his
Aye.
music at that time.
It
Like,
could be like that. If we're in the house and just put it on YouTube, you can watch them too.
yeah. What 12-year-old wants to go into some hills to listen to a guy in the distance?
But now there are some people that do that the right way. Like, you know, like there was whenever Snow Patrol played in Ward Park, there was this guy who is like garden backs onto it, but then they build up all the stage and all. He erected scaffolding in his own garden, and it was just a dude sitting in a deck chair by himself
Class.
drinking pints,
That's
just watching
brilliant,
Snow Patrol.
yeah.
10 out of 10.
That's brilliant. Who would you be prepared to, if a concert sold out, who do you like that much that you would stand in a weird place outside of the concert, like listening in? Is there anyone you like enough?
Status quo.
Yeah, so SEDC,
Yeah.
something like that. Like the best, like Jerry Cinnamon was the best concert I've been to in
It's fucking brilliant.
years.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, I couldn't watch that from behind the fence. I'd have to be in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It was that much crack. It was like, I
Yeah.
want to run about here like I'm 22.
Yeah. That was
It was
great.
brilliant.
And I do the best thing about it was like everything felt like the weather was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't pissing down, the sun was
It
out.
was like a wee pocket of no pandemic.
Yeah.
Do you know, 'cause
Yeah.
it was still obviously quite bad. So like,
And
but
also
then there
no
was
trouble.
there was pandemic.
in it.
Yeah.
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
He's playing again
I
this
know,
year.
definitely going like
Where we go?
100%.
Have a drink, so. Who's your favorite music artist of all time? Because you both, and me probably too, like a lot of very eclectic music. Like you love your 80s. You like music from the soundtrack of kung fu films.
Yeah, pretty much. If
Do you say kung fu?
Well,
You
yes.
like
Once you
something
train,
like kung fu?
when you
Kung fu.
train, you understand the ways of it. So I say kung fu.
course.
In that way. What's your favorite 80s song, like action type song?
I don't know. There's so many. Like,
You're the best around, like that.
nah, like I wouldn't even be my favorite. There's some where I go, fuck, that makes me just want to like grab the air. Like, do you know Pat Benatar? Like, we belong to this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the words. That comes on and I'm like, I need to clean this house.
I
no
could
top
see
on.
you doing stuff to Hearts on Fire. I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
see
yeah.
you really getting
Some good
into
shit like that.
Yeah. And by the way, just on that note, see when you're in the house by yourself and you've got the earphones on, you're never a better performer.
Oh,
Never.
Oh,
better
yeah,
performer,
yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Clean the house top to bottom, and I can do plays.
yeah.
That's what I'm.
I had no idea why my man listened to Celine Dion, which was cleaning
Yeah.
the house until I started living on my own. I'm like, this is perfect house cleaning.
Honestly, like if I was running, I'd listen to like a dance music playlist or a bit of rock, something like that. See, as soon as I tried a diva playlist, Celine Dion, Whitney, Aretha Franklin, double speed,
Yeah.
double speed.
I can see.
Oh,
you
yeah.
On the walking machine, respect like Mick Jagger.
I'm still with them.
You've got 60 seconds now.
Again, R.I.P.
Yeah.
All right, enough. I keep forgetting every like year or so. I remember Dale Winton's dead. It kind of pisses me off.
What celebrity death hit you hard?
Lots of them can make you a bit sad. Like,
Yeah. But it's weird. Like sometimes there's one that you weren't even like that big a fan of, but you didn't know a lot about the work, but you're just.
I felt really bad when the guy who played Chewbacca died. Because I didn't know who he was. And I was like,
You felt bad that you hadn't taken the time
Yeah.
to learn more about the man.
yeah. And then because he was so tall, like his bones were fucked, and he had a really just painful life. And I was like, "Grr."
yeah, like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
But apparently they tell stories like he would put away like 126 tins of beer in a night. I
Be
would
dead
like
on.
to have seen that.
I remember watching like Celebrity Fit Club years ago. What do you call it? The darts player? Was it Eric Bristow?
Yeah.
and he would drink like
Fordham, Andy
Andy
Fordham,
Fordham,
Andy
the
Ford. That's who
Viking.
it was.
Yeah.
the Viking.
Would
Yeah.
drink like 40 beer, playing darts, and be dead on.
Yeah,
There's a guy, Bill Warbenek, a snooker player. Can you check that out? He couldn't.
he also plug in
Yeah,
USBs.
he couldn't play snooker unless he had like, I don't know how many pints, but it was something like 20 or 30 pints before he could play.
There's a guy, Will Warburton, he's a derogatory term for a lesbian.
But yeah, he was like, I think a Canadian snooker player, not a million miles away from looking like my good self,
Oh.
you know. And he just like,
Oh, yeah.
like,
At the
like
darts?
snooker back in the day would have been great crack. You just get gargled. Now
Oh,
I take
yeah.
it all serious, like athletes and all.
I know.
Fuck that.
Well, they're talking about making it going the other way, where like, you know, snooker, like everyone's telling you to be quiet and you've got to sit there and like do polite applause. But I think they're going to try and make it go the way of darts, because Barry Hearn owns both, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So they're going to make snooker wild. You know,
How,
like-
how many pints did he put away, Big Warbenek?
40 to 50 pints of lager each day in order to be able to play.
40 to 50 pints a day? The
Believe-
fuck out of my
to
face.
be able to then play, like
Believe it or
not.
not, can I just clarify? Is Bill still with us, or is he in another life?
No, he was a singer. He said, "Ain't no sunshine when she's gone."
Decent.
That was
decent.
good. That was good.
2003.
Died in 2003.
Oh,
alright.
sure.
At the age
Whoa.
of, at the age of 12. 40 to 50 pints. You drown.
I think he had a big body, basically, is what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
saying.
But I mean, and that's just to steady your hands.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
No, that is one thing. There's times I go, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever see like a homeless wino
Yeah.
on a sunny day and you go, that looks fucking
Yeah.
class.
They're living their best life. Right? Yeah.
There's times I think that I'm like, that looks lethal. Just lav your top off, screaming at strangers with a bottle of cider in your hand. Who wouldn't? That's what I do, but indoors. You're just a comedian busker.
Just all summer in Botanic Gardens, like.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I will not go in there as a civilian.
You'll only go in there as a soldier.
As a soldier, yeah.
Corporal Bartlett.
We'll go with the let's go back up. But yeah,
You see wild stuff in there,
Yeah,
especially in the summer. Obviously, like as soon as the first top comes off,
aye.
first person takes their top off around Botanic. When the
It is
weather
that,
gets
like, you
good,
see guys kicking a beanbag about, and then some dude's like, "Here, mate, any fucking get a fag."
you think it's a beanbag, and then you look closer and you realise it's a refugee. You know what I mean? They're wild there, like people just fucking. And the worst things is the videos you see when people sharing videos and all.
Do you know what?
Someone getting smacked or whatever. It's fucking terrible.
I'll not go there. I just be like, keep myself out of that because there's too wild. Some people can't handle their drink, and I'm not.
You
for
go
it.
in like the Pope Mobile, you
Yeah.
know, behind Perspex.
Yeah. I brought in like Hannibal Lecter just to judge.
2 tins of dragon soup just in case. I might go out. Don't know.
What is dragon soup? It's
Rocket fuel.
the drink of the youth nowadays. But is it like an alcohol pop? Is it?
It's like an alco energy drink, isn't it?
Yeah.
oh,
I
so like
drank-
like Monster with alcohol in it.
Yeah, I drank a 10 of dragon soup on the train once from Bangor into Belfast. And by the time I got off the train, I was fucking
were driving it?
lit. Like, yeah, no, I was fully like, where are we going? Whoop whoop. Like, I was a different person.
Like
do
in the
kids
top of
still
it, like
drink
the
beer?
Lizard Man and Spider-Man.
Kids don't drink beer anymore, no.
No, they drink IPAs, mate, with the wee circly glasses and the wee
Right.
rolled up woolen hats.
IPAs. That's got craft beer's gone out, has it, or is it still massive?
No, it's big, like. But I
That
mean,
day, did you used to do the gig that Geddes had in the brewery during the summer?
No.
I was away somewhere.
That was a day where I was like, fuck, this could really turn into a class wee session.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
because you know when you drink an IPA, the first one you kind of go, I don't know.
yeah.
And then
I
you
liked.
soldier
I was
on.
in a bar in New York, and it the wall is just taps. There's probably like 100 beer
Like
taps.
football taps.
There's Real Madrid, there's Barcelona, but they would give you like then a tray, and they'd probably do this everywhere of like 5 or 6. But anytime I've done that before, one's all right, and the rest are stinking. They're all
Aye.
mad flavors. This one they were all nice in different ways. So if it's like done well, I like it.
But I sort of think a lot of like craft beer to me just tastes like Carlsberg with vodka thrown in it. It's like just take.
Yeah,
just
there's
the
a
beers
weird
you
kind
like,
of yeah.
Stick to what you like, or that's coins.
I'd like it if
Beers
that
with
became the
coins in
thing.
it.
You could only do stand up if you had
Yeah.
15 of them.
Yeah.
Davey needs 15 Carlsbergs with vodka thrown in before his hands don't shake when he's on
Can't
stage.
take a meg out.
Yeah.
I remember drinking a craft beer one time that it tasted salty, and in my head all I could think was, this is like that pint from American Pie.
Yeah.
Do the guy comes in his
Yeah.
in his beer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I could think.
Yeah.
And you ordered
I
another
remember
one.
my dad
so
was trying to
just
make us.
What's me done this one?
Well, this one tastes normal. Give us 2 seconds.
You walking in, I will have your semen beer, please, good man.
For the seafarer in me.
Is there any way you like to dress that you just feel like socially you couldn't do, but you'd secretly like, oh, I love like a top hat or to dress?
I
like an old time guy?
100%, if it was acceptable, would wear a hooded cloak.
With jeans as well on.
Just
the
doesn't matter.
cloak and
just
shoes.
Just a good like sort of wizardy stroke Lord of the Rings style hooded cloak.
You like the comfort, or you think it looks good? Or
I think
all
the idea of having a blanket on me at all times is should be acceptable.
yeah.
Would you have arms in it though? Because it can get a
No,
bit
no,
uncomfortable.
just the hood. Like I'd have some sort of lepelette.
A what?
I don't know. I just made up a word. I'd have a wear it like stapled to my
Yeah.
chest so it didn't choke me when the wind caught it.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? When you're a kid, you have like a bin bag around your
How
neck.
big would the hood be? Would it be
No.
soft?
It'd be big enough that whenever I took the hood, then people would go, "Fuckers, Mickey."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
like a Scottish widow type.
Yeah.
Would you-
I'd pay two small people to run behind me and just spray dry
I would
ice.
say small people. Do you
just
mean
small people.
small? Not like
Not small.
Not like the Live with Snow
Not,
White. No.
Aye, not like officially small.
Right.
Dave,
Not
would
like
you-
doopity doo small.
Would you like to be a dandy or anything?
What do you mean? A
You know,
dandy?
dandy fashion?
What's dan? Like the big guy with the chin?
No, like I think it's like the way Austin Powers would have dressed. You know, like a
Desperate
lot of
That's
a lot of frills, a lot of hats,
No,
frilly type long
I don't have
cuffs.
a build for that. I have a build for grey, like a prison outfit, just grey tracksuit.
You have a build for defending Kiev.
Yes, to be fair, that's true.
Yeah.
I do look
Like
every-
if you saw you in an airport now, you
be
wouldn't
like-
assume you were going to do a gig in London.
No.
You'd be like, the big man's going back
Yeah.
to motherland.
If you rocked up wearing two leather gauntlets, we would go, well,
Yeah.
clearly
It's
he makes
time.
weapons.
Exactly, and they'd be like, "Well, where are you going? You going to Ukraine?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm going to Lanzarote, mate, in my hot." But
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, I like shorts and I like vests as well.
Now,
Yeah, and a
I've
hat
only
back to
started
front,
liking
you like-
shorts as I've got older.
Yeah,
I was never big
Shorts
into
are
shorts,
great.
but I fucking love shorts.
As soon as the good weather comes in, I won't do anything other than
Aye.
shorts.
you know what I'd recommend too? I bought a load of like cotton Nike cotton shorts, and they're just life changers.
I
They're
stocked
comfy
up on
and
ankle socks for the summer.
Nice.
Like I'm just.
What are you worried about? You think you heard there's a drought coming?
No, I just was like, I just
Toilet
want to
roll
make sure I've
past
got
an
clean
ankle.
socks.
Brexit?
I just want to make sure I've got clean socks all summer,
Right.
and I just bought loads of
Yeah,
different.
you
pairs
just
of
pack it.
That's like,
fresh,
is that a
you know?
childhood dream of yours to have clean you wanted in future? to
I'm weird
be in a
about.
position?
I'm fucking really straight. I have way too many pairs of pants and way too many socks.
No, when you say way too many pairs of pants, roughly how many are we chatting?
Easily 100.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Like
That's
easily,
way
like,
too
but
many. What's the optimum number of pants? I'm gonna say
12.
you have 16 good pairs of pants.
See, my problem is that I would do a thing where there's times I'd go away like gigging, and and they're all
But
the
you
same.
threw
By
your
the way,
pants to the crowd
they're
after
all
the
the
gig.
same. They're all next air trunks. They're all the same like
Thong
type of
packs.
pants, different colors, different patterns. Do you mean if I'm feeling a wee bit kind of fucking woohoo? But it kept happening where I would go away, go fuck, I forgot to bring pants. I'll go into next and buy a pair, and you buy 5 pairs of pants.
Yeah.
right,
And
right,
then
yeah.
that happened,
I
and,
get
then,
you.
and they're so good they don't wear out or anything. So
Well, you got 100 pairs, so of course they don't. You're never wearing the same. You wear.
oh no, but like
you
I'll,
wear
but I'll
them
wash
twice a
them.
year.
I'll maybe wash like 30 pairs.
Maybe
like,
wash them.
I'll just fire them. No, I'll fire them all in the wash basket, and then I go fuck. I've run out of pants, and then I have to wash 100 pairs of pants.
Do you get loads of like fabric on your balls then? Cause
Mate, can I ask?
No, because I use the
Everything is everything okay?
Everything's grand, yeah. I'm really comfy in my clean pants.
I've
Per
started
number
doing
81. We're
something-
getting close to washing month.
recently that it's causing me a problem. Is it like if I put on a t-shirt and it doesn't, I don't like the way it fits, maybe a bit shorter, I've shrunk it and washed something, I just rip it off now. So I've just ripped like too many t-shirts. I only have like 4 t-shirts left.
Bulk Hogan.
And then a ball dropped out a hole at the bottom of my boxers the other day. And because when you get older, the elasticity in your sack is just, it's obscene.
Thank you, doctor.
My ball was just hanging out, and I just reached in, grabbed the hole, just ripped the pants off. So I'm just ripping pants.
I thought you would
and
say you
shirts
ripped
off.
your bag open.
Weirdly the long ball thing is the only thing that hasn't happened to me yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping it does.
You looking forward to that? Yeah.
Yeah.
These two run about
Mine
like
are too
fucking
high.
Labradors with just both your balls.
I've caught
fucking
moments
tight.
in the cold where I'm like, fuck, that's quite a high. Should I be worried about how high they are?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But then they drop out. I'm alright.
Your
Like,
balls are like that, and your wee dick's just hanging over like Gonzo.
that's a wee dick for. Don't tell everybody.
Young mate. I tell you what, speaking of wee dicks, I had a shock the other day. I was in a friend of mine's house, and for whatever unbeknownst unholy reason, they have a mirror directly behind the toilet. So when you're in peeing, you see everything, and I was just totally.
Oh, you see yourself. So you're standing
Did
up
I
to
know
pee.
this friend?
No,
No.
you don't. But there are more of these freaks about with toilets in front.
I have a friend who.
That's a weird move. The toilet, the mirror behind the
Yeah.
toilet.
I had a friend who they had the same thing, and I assumed it was because one of them had hemorrhoids, and it was a handy way to check how you were
Yeah.
getting on. And I took the opportunity to actually look at my own anus.
Oh, you know what's funny about
Terrifying.
that? I've entirely worked out who that is.
Yep.
Do I know this
Okay.
person too?
Bro,
Yeah,
yeah, I'd say so.
You're
yeah.
telling me,
Yeah.
right, and no names, right? You're telling me there's someone we know
Mhm.
that if I was to go for a stand-up piss in their
Hold on,
house,
let me just.
I would see myself back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we think that's because they want to look at their own bum.
Because they have hemorrhoids and it's a.
Oh, so this person
It's just
confirmed.
a handy way. I suppose it makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
Are you going to text me it, Dave?
Yeah.
It makes sense, I think, if you have hemorrhoids to have them out there because then you can go,
Yeah.
how am I getting on? Otherwise, you're trying to stand on top of a sink.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Or what's a
Or,
good thing
or
to
putting
do?
your face into the seat of a car seat and sticking your ass up in a mirror. And
Right, Dave, hurry up. I need to know who this is.
What's a good thing to do, but you need to be careful, is you take a video, you set like you know the traps in
Yeah.
Ghostbusters?
yeah,
You set your phone, you slide over it, and then you step over it, but then you have to delete that video,
Yeah.
otherwise,
yeah.
you know.
Hurry up and tell me. I need to know who this is.
Hold on. What's funny is
I need
the
to make
last
sure
thing-
I piss before I go to this person's house.
The last thing you sent me was yeah, but it's The last thing you sent me was a really weird picture
Of what?
of yeah, just,
for sure.
I should make
For
this.
sure. No, okay, but don't explain it.
But
Then we
we'll
can tell you
explain
the
that story
backstory.
after. But
Yeah. We'll tell you after.
But there's more of that story that gets better.
There's a noise with that photo and it's...
Have you never seen Rory Wood's cock before?
No, not that one.
It's other
I've seen the one he keeps on his hip, but I haven't seen the one he keeps in the front.
Hippie long cockins. I don't know why I thought
Don't do
that.
that. It's offensive in this day and age. Sick.
Especially sitting beside that much tea.
Are you saying that's all the tea in
That's
Japan?
it, you said it.
Oh wow, that long we've been recording for. I haven't started my watch. 52. All right.
Got any questions, guys? Or?
No. Yeah, has anyone got anyone in the room? Got any questions?
Oh my goodness. That's 10 out of 10.
Mike, you wanna?
Oh.
Tony, you got any questions?
Did you get another haircut, Mike?
He did. He got a haircut literally there now.
You get your haircut more than a Premier League footballer. Every time I see you, it was tight new face.
Have you started? Did you go shorter on the side than ever?
Yeah, man, went to town. Like, that's why it took so long.
You go to the Turks?
Do you go to eat chip
Told him
trim?
go
didn't you?
Coco. Yeah, I go Coco. I told him go Coco.
It's co-
Before we go to America.
Yeah.
Wait, but you're not going to America like in 2 days. Like you don't need another cut.
2 weeks.
Yeah, you turn up like Jibril Cisse.
How often do you change your barber?
I haven't changed my barber in about 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Local, Lurgan.
Yeah. Literally up the street from where I live now as well. So it's...
You find him or her by chance, or will you recommend?
Yeah, so it was just... There's a barber shop in Lurgan where it's the only place where you could make an appointment. So you know, like the barbers used to have to just sit and wait.
Yep.
That's one of the first places I'd ever found where it's like you just book in.
Yep.
And then I ended up just getting the same guy to the point where it's like, usual, please.
Yeah.
See, I could see you getting your hair cut by like a middle-aged woman
Yeah.
who wears like leather trousers and a Metallica shirt.
I
Purple hair,
have had
1000%.
a haircut like that. It was in Edinburgh one time. And it was...
You walked so far away to go and get it. Is this right?
Yeah, and she was fucking great.
Yeah.
It was one of the best haircuts I've ever had. And then I went back looking for it and it wasn't there. People were like, "Oh man, there's been no fucking barber there for 30 years, man." I was like, "Where are you from?" I don't know.
In Nepal.
No, it wasn't Paul.
But yeah, and you're a bit of a slut.
I move around
your
when it
hairdressers,
comes to get my
yeah.
haircut because look, I like to keep my head guessing.
See, the problem is because I've got a receding hairline, I like to go to the same guy. So it's almost like
He
it's
knows the
it's almost
system.
like a consultancy.
Yeah.
You can be like, "How am I looking there? Any changes? Is it getting worse?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll ever get better?"
Is he honest with you?
Yeah.
That's good too.
Yeah.
Like,
So my hairdresser's like, you know, a euthanasia guy. Like whenever the time he'll pull the trigger, he'll pull the machine out when
Yeah.
it's time to go.
That's
he's
what I
a,
said to
he's a
him.
magician. Mikey's a
Yeah.
magician.
But you know what he does? Like, I'm pretty sure he shaves the back and the side and then just the top and he says, "There you go." I mean, you're not cutting anything, you're just hitting my head. And he goes, "Shh, don't worry."
Yeah. No, he's a he.
Yeah. Then what about Paddy McDonald, like prick? I just out of nowhere we're sitting chatting and he goes, "Do you put that dust in your hair?" do you put that dust in your hair? I'm like,
He said,
why
why is he-
do you put the fucking dust in your hair?
Why is he
I'm like,
Brian
"Can you relax?"
Blessed and Macbeth?
He's just fucking raging. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, the fuck you put that dust in your hair to make you look less. No, it don't, Paddy.
Well,
He goes,
surely
"You
that's a
should."
compliment.
No, but he said, he
Oh, he said you should.
you should. I
Oh.
said, but he, out of nowhere. Like, we're just minding our own business. He goes, and you know why he always gets like, he seems really angry for nothing. You do that? I'm like, no.
I put that video up last night, although it was last week. You saw it of him and Boojum.
I didn't see it actually.
Oh man,
It's
here's
ridiculous.
what happened, right? I was in Boojum just before Lavery's getting takeaway. I then clock him at the back of the queue, and we're having a conversation, shouting across the shop. But I don't like
Aye.
that makes me feel weird. So I'm like, I pay for mine. I go over to see him. He's never been to Boojum before, ever. Doesn't know like the operating system, what things are called. But he has a text on his phone of what his son wants that his
Right.
wife sent him. So Paddy like goes up, first fella serving. You know they say like bowl or burrito or
Aye.
bowl or whatever it is.
His
Pat-
hairdressers.
Paddy says, Paddy just goes up and Paddy goes, white rice. And the guy said, White Rock? And Paddy goes, white rice? And the guy, like, I don't know what happened, but Paddy said, like, the guy was trying to make a dick out of him, basically, and was rude to him. So Paddy then say he was speaking at, like, a normal
But now,
audible
by
level.
the way, Paddy's normal audible level for normal people. It's
But
above.
then he took that like he was sound checking for, like, a rock show at Reading Fest. Like,
With no
he
mics.
then started to shout across the whole shop. Paddy was like, yes, mate, white rice! Chicken and like
Fucking Ian Paisley.
yeah, I would like jalapenos with that.
I miss being able to do Paisley impressions.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Salsa.
and then it just got
Salsa
into
verde.
yeah.
No guacamole. I don't like feeding you.
Guacamole, please.
Yes, cheese.
Sriracha. But then it just got into this loud thing, and I posted the video up, and I was like, Paddy's never been to Boojum before. He got into like a bit of an argument, and everyone was like loving the video, and then he puts in the comment, like, I sent him at first, I was like, can I upload, because he didn't know I was filming him.
Aye.
I said, can I put this up? He goes, yeah, no worries. And then he put a comment on it this morning that was like someone releasing an official statement. He's like, for everyone asking, I'd never been to Boojum before. I was just reading out the text Andrea sent me. This guy was trying to make out a prick of me, and I wasn't drunk or stoned. Cheers. And it's like, what a statement. What a
But
statement.
the best bit about it was the house sauce. That
He
was
asked for house
Hot
sauce.
sauce.
He asked him for house sauce. And I think a fella said no when he asked for taco sauce and all. And the guy's like, we don't do that here. It was 10 out of
I
10.
never Boojum now.
Yeah. I don't even like Boojum.
I would film myself going to Boojum, doing it perfectly. Take
Yeah.
out McDonald.
He,
I put dust in my hair.
Fred Dust. I like your hair. Honestly, your hair looks good.
For short
From
people,
here?
For short people.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Anyone.
You and I have the head of hair that combined it would be perfect.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It would be like, you know,
100%.
the lead actor of a Bollywood movie. He's compared her.
He's right, because you've got the fort. He's got the fortress at the front,
Yeah,
and you've got the castle in the back. Like.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fortress in the front, castle in the back. That's
Yeah.
there's something there.
Maybe
You've
like
heard-
listen, like Nicolas Cage and Travolta face-off type job.
Have you seen Nicolas Cage's hair now?
Yeah.
No,
Exquisite.
Sven Gordon.
big man been to Turkey.
Yeah,
Have
definitely.
you seen John Travolta's? Not good.
Oh no, he needs to go to Turkey. Like, surely someone could sort Travolta.
Did
out.
he's gone just full bald now?
Yeah.
It suits him. I think. Like being bald, if you can grow a beard, you're alright.
Your hair's had a load of comebacks, because you were like, oh, my hair's done, and you'd shave it bald, and then all of a sudden you'd be reborn. Like, yours is
Yeah.
nearly.
Like you were bald. You
Yeah.
shaved bald. Like I remember, like at 2012 at the Fringe, you were bald.
Yeah, yeah.
Shaved, like right down. And then you did a lockdown shave, and now it's
See-
back better than ever.
See, at the Fringe, you're probably going to see like
Your hair's like Adele, mate. You think it's gone every time it comes back? Oh, it's
Cancelled
fucking
because of COVID.
you're probably going to see like 5 shows a day at the Fringe. You're performing in 3. You're seeing comedy all day, every day for a month. Nothing. That 2012 Fringe made me laugh more than whenever we all basically stayed in their house, and you used to put the white dressing gown on, smoke at the window, and do the character of the woman who was in
the
hospital
smoking in
but
the
nipping out for a smoke. Nothing ever made me laugh
That
more
was
than
great
that.
crack. The thing that made me laugh most, I think, was the time we saw the guy buy the ferret, and somebody went, "Did you just buy a fucking ferret off a fucking tramp?" And me and him went, "I'm doing it at the same time."
Yeah. We had to do rock paper scissors, best of 5 to do it.
It was insane.
Fell
I love it.
apart
Like, are you
ferret.
going this year? Are you going over for any?
I
gigs?
don't think my thing
Well,
is like,
big.
I would love to do it if I would love to do it if it was like 5 days a week, something
Aye.
like that. To do the whole run, probably not. It's
I was
not-
seeing people like comedians already saying that the accommodation prices have gone up again.
And even like I was researching about a year ago, I then was thinking, well, look, what if I take the car over or rent a car there and stay like in like Livingston or somewhere outside of
Musselburgh is
Edinburgh.
where I stayed before.
See, even there,
Very
see
good.
anywhere in a 50-mile radius, it's now as dear 50 miles away as
Hey,
it was in
Don't
Edinburgh.
be talking about 50-mile radius after Nolan this week. It's freaking me out.
Did you see
freaking me
it?
out.
No.
Freaking me
Oh
out.
man, Nolan did a video, did a bit on a show where he's like, look,
No, hold on. You need to act
okay.
stone in your face, no eyebrows
Okay.
here. Like this is like Nolan was announcing.
Nolan comes
war.
on at the start and he goes, listen, we know what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. I want people to understand it on a
slower,
local level.
more dramatic.
He
Like
goes,
he was.
I want you all to understand this on a local level. So here is a reconstruction image graphic type thing of what it would look like if Russia does decide they want to drop a nuke on City Hall in Belfast.
yeah.
Now, of course, my first thought is, what about the Goths?
Aye.
Like,
That's
what
way
about
too
them?
much sun.
So
But they would fucking end up coming out of it like Khaleesi. The gods.
Aye. The nuke could probably see the Goths and go, fuck Alec, I'll be honest.
So what happened was they cut to this like drone image, this aerial image of Belfast, and it's like, and Nolan's like, so if they drop the nuke in City Hall, and then this big, and it does a shit explosion graphic, right? Where it's like
BBC budget one.
Yeah.
half a mile, everything wiped out, totally wiped out, and he's like, that's as far as Titanic, you know. Then he goes, and we don't want to scare anyone. Don't want to scare anyone
Aye.
here. Then it goes it would have a thing on everything within 5 miles, first degree burns and blindness and all this. And he's like, I don't know. Obviously, it was so serious, but the funny thing about it was he's naming places where
Yeah.
you even. So he's
Glengormley.
like Glengormley. He goes Glengormley. If you're in Glengormley, you're fucked. Finnegy, you're done. And then it's
The
like
Portavogie Oyster Festival. Over. Over.
Cathedral Quarter.
Then he's
fucking
like
eights.
50 miles away, first and second degree burns, temporary blindness, and then at the end of the thing he's like, you know, but it probably won't happen, so just to let you know though, that is.
What the fuck is that, man? Like,
And then I swear to God, after that, I swear to God, he cut he did all that. He's bringing on all these experts. He's saying about how everything's going to be wiped out, and I swear to God, then he cut to Nathan Carter doing a song. He didn't, but that's
Nathan Carter did a
Nathan
war
McCurry.
protest song.
it's mental. Although we're not scaremongering,
but
but,
every- yeah.
you're all dead when Putin decides
No,
that fucking.
I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn or say anything they shouldn't, but there are people who are listening on. I'll not be going to Lidl for a shopping anymore. That'll be
Yeah.
the house going.
Aye.
yeah.
They might hit the city hall. I mean, what, of all places to hit?
What? Nothing's going on in there.
No.
What are you going to wipe out? What are you going to stop from happening if you take out City Hall?
Yeah, the Cumber
Aye.
Greenway's not getting any more new benches.
Yeah,
You're like, fuck
9 parking fines that were going to be contested.
Yeah.
They're written off.
Yeah.
Nothing's going on in
Aye.
there. Like,
No, I genuinely think Northern Ireland is the safest place in the world.
yeah.
I don't think a lot of countries know we even exist.
And those that do are like, nah, let's not open this
But
can of
they're
worms.
alright, mate. They're dead on.
They
safe.
don't want to know.
Aye, we're not going to. Or Putin's going to be like, we will not bomb the Green Army. No. Soft Tom. Yes, we will not. I've seen hashtag. We will not stand up for the awesome boys. Yes.
But like we joked about it before, but this could be the real life Battle of the Bone 2. You know, it could be, we could come together. and
Battle
then
of the
fight
Bone
the
2
Russians.
sitting
Just
Eastern
do-
Europe.
More bone.
One
Ooh.
Ukrainian flag, one Russian flag.
Bigger
Up
bone.
the arse pegged. Don't
Take
fuck
that
with
there.
us.
That could be great.
Putting the kung fu back in the World War III.
It's actually kung fu.
Sorry,
But
kung fu.
yeah, I love that. You think that would you be in it? Would you be in Battle of the Bone 2?
I've said this for years. The only thing I'm sincerely jealous of about your career is that you were in a zombie kung fu movie.
Ah, cheers.
That I was on the
It's like
borderline.
Paddy McDonald sending him about the hair dust.
But the opera house, I was like, fucking fair play. I'd love to do that. But when you told me I was once in a zombie kung fu
Martial arts.
film, at the time I was like, I would love
You know
to
what,
be in
Mick?
one of
See
those.
if you
Let's
watch
write
it.
one. Let's
I-
write one. Let's
let's
get you in a
let's
kung
do
fu
it.
film.
Yeah.
Martial arts.
Do you want to?
Let's do it.
I'm just I can do swim
mean-
nunchuck skills.
The moon, like, but you mean you would write Battle of the Bone 2? Would you get the band back together, or would you do it independently of the previous?
That would be a film
Because like
in
I would
itself, trying
say
to get everybody
we
back
did a
together.
watch along of Battle of the Bone on a Patreon episode here, and I mean only with love in my heart when I say this.
Yeah.
The worst film I've ever seen.
I was the one who said I can't
but, like,
watch anymore.
After like 10 minutes, you'd be like, "It's what?" And I said, "Well, what am I missing?" And you're like, "It's just more young boys running about doing parkour." And then at the end,
Yeah.
they had stabbed 2 flags.
Right.
So I think if it had, structure or like a plot or any like arc,
Yeah.
and the characters meant anything,
Yeah.
you could have a
What
decent-
would our song? What's the ultimate 80s song for the last scene? Like, what is
Like zombie killing.
just in general?
Doctor
like,
Feelgood.
what's the song? That's the song, or that's
Yeah.
the artist?
Motley Crue.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it Motley Crue?
Yeah.
Motley Crue?
Right. We
girls.
We do it?
Girls.
We do it?
Girls.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing it.
Right. Okay.
What budget do we need?
10 million.
10 million.
Aye.
Right. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
we'll split it 3 ways, and we'll just get all our mates to do pull in favors.
I have a mate who won the lottery and he kept it a secret, so he's got loads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's it going to be? What's the name?
I think Battle of the Bone 2 is important to stay in the franchise.
But is there going to be a copyright issue there? Do we just reboot it? Do you know what I mean? And just sort of say it's a spiritual sequel?
Yeah, the Bone Battle.
Yeah.
No,
Bone
no.
broth.
A bone broth.
Yeah. The Eastern European bone broth. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Guys, thanks very much.
We're going to do a reboot of Battle of the Bone, Eastern European bone broth.
Yeah, we'll do it. Tell us in the comments for this what we should call the
Yeah.
film and what you want to see. Micky Bartlett, Dave Elliott, cheers for coming on. Anything to plug?
Yeah, Ulster Hall, September 10th.
If it, by the way, if Putin drops the nuke,
Yeah,
forget
listen,
it.
all I'm
you
gonna
might have to
say,
relocate to
me
Glengormley.
and the Pooh Man. I'm keen on Ukraine. I'm keen on Russia. Whoever wins.
I need to pee so bad, so you
Right.
guys can
Waterfront Hall, 2nd December, and I'll be right
Yeah.
behind City Hall, so I'll
Nice.
probably be dead first.
But listen, it'd be good if we're all going to die laughing. You know what I
Exactly,
mean,
mate.
guys.
Do you know what I mean? You didn't laugh, you die.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go,
Oh,
enjoy
man.
enjoy the rest of your days. Your
Have a
weeks.
good time.
Thanks.
World War III.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah.